All right, so welcome once again to Start Arts channel. Anybody watching this, you are all awesome, beautiful, and purposed. My name is Jonathan McAdam, the owner, designer, creator of Start Arts. I've actually been a recovering addict. It's been going on 8 years, so I'm basically creating this channel that you're gonna subscribe to and just letting out whatever bit of knowledge, whatever bit of tools, whatever bit of awakening, spiritual awakenings that I've been having over the past years due to my decision to get clean and sober. When I was 29, that's when I decided to start calling around places. Uh, some places wanted like 10 grand for 6 months. At that point in time, I mean, I was basically homeless, drunk and high every single day. I didn't have money to go out and get myself clean and get myself sober. And so finally found a place, and it was a Christian program and Harvest House. And so I went there for 26 months. I made the decision to take whatever needed steps that I needed to do to bring me back into life again. You know, I was an individual, and all I was doing was just basically existing in a world as the world was like passing me by. And then deep down, I knew that I was worth more. I didn't recognize it. It was actually coming out in writings. The writings were letting me know it's like, hey man, you gotta stop getting high. You have to stop drinking. You have to stop smoking. You have to stop doing all these things because you are worth more. You have value. And, it goes the same for every single individual out there, especially everybody watching this. You guys are all awesome, beautiful, and purposed. But it all came down to a decision, right? There was all my life. I mean, I made choices. All our lives, we make choices. We are in control of the choices that we make, right? A lot of scientists talk about that essentially it's like the subconscious that runs 85 to like 95% of the actions and decisions and whatever else that we make in our lives, all based on the paradigms of our upbringing and how we view ourself and how we viewed ourselves and what we viewed in our lives at a young age. So for me, I mean, by the age of 10, sex, drugs, alcohol, crime, living on the wild side, that was a decision and the choices of what I wanted to make in my life, and those were the decisions and the choices of which I did make. You know, and because of that, I mean, I may or may not have essentially I missed out on a lot, but when I made the decision to get clean and sober, and then making the decision to look at my past and not regret anything about it, but to embrace all of those quote unquote failures, all the times that I fell on my face. It was a lot of decision making in order for me to start digging deep inside, my own heart and my own spirit, and start little baby steps and becoming a better version of myself. You know, God has divinely and spiritually gifted every single individual. You are divinely and spiritually gifted. We are not here on this planet for nothing. We're not here to work, say, like the 9 to 5, unless we really, really makes us happy. Do what makes you happy. That's your choice. That's your decision. I consider ourselves we're all our own little separate universes, but we're all connected to one consciousness. We're all connected to one spirit, one God, one source. And that source and that energy has a divine purpose for every single person out there. When I got clean and sober, I decided to make the decision to use all of that pain and to use all of those struggles, and to turn the struggles into a success, to turn the pain into a joy, to take the trials and turn them into a testimony, to take the tribulations and triumph over it, right? And it was a decision. I mean, I've lived all my life, being a victim, you know, guardianship, abandonment issues, growing up with addictions and having alcohol and drugs all around, you know, so much fighting and arguing and abuse, terrible things. But again, there was a lot of situations that I didn't have any control over, and I certainly didn't have, the mentality of emotional intelligence to understand that I was able to control how I reacted to it. I just fell into it and just had all of those negative things get tattooed into my mind, therefore not believing in who I was or what I was capable of doing. But again, we're all here and we're all purposed. I mean, there's a divine purpose for you. There's a divine purpose for me. I mean, I can't sit back on my life and be like, and become the victim to the circumstance. A victim is the one that will just give up and lay on the ground and just have life beat them. And that is what it did. That's what I did. That was the decision I made, to be a victim. I didn't look at myself as a victim. I didn't see myself as a victim. But in reality, that was what it was, right? But then again, I made the decision and the choice to become a victor over it. I mean, I can't look back at my life and have all of that dictate, what's going to happen to me in my future. I can't look at all the bad things and focus on all the negative stuff. I mean, there was some positive things into it. I mean, there was a lot of positive things that came out of it. I'm actually here speaking with you because of all the crap that I went through. And if you're going through a difficult time, whether it be addictions or whether it be relationships or whether it be eating or whatever it is that takes control over your life, understand that again, you have the decision on whether or not and what power you are going to give whatever else is controlling you, right? And I mean, it's massive, massive, massive amount of work on a daily basis, and I fail, but I recognize where I fail, and then through the failure and the recognition of it, then I'm able to start making steps, with just little steps on a daily basis to get myself further and further and further away from the point of where I fell. Because then I get up and then I make it a bit further. I'll make it 10 steps and then I'll fall again. I mean, you have to look at it as like a little baby, right? But you want to know something? Like, you want to know how perseverance and how resilient and how determined those little babies are? So, it talks about in the scripture, become like little children, right? So we should become like those little babies, and every time that we fall, just to get back up and to keep on going. And then, you crawl, you walk, you fall, you get up, you walk, you fall, you get up, you start running, you fall, and then you just keep on getting up and you just keep on persevering and keep on making the decision and the choice to move forward, to be the best version of yourself. Am I the best version of myself? Yes. I am the best version of myself compared to who I was yesterday. Right? Is my story finished? No. Is your story finished? No. This story will go on and on and on and on and on, and we are the ones that are the writers. I'm the one that writes my book. You're the one that writes your book. So write something that turns out to be an amazing, beautiful thing, Take all that darkness, be the light that shines through the darkness of what you've been through. Embrace it. Embrace the darkness. I mean, it was through the dark side of the soul where I was able to find my light, right? And search for that light and continue to search for that light. It's not done. I mean, we have forever to do it, right? But thank you for watching this. I'm just going to cut it off right there. And then you guys can subscribe because I know you love the message. So because of that, you can subscribe. And then you can also give it a thumbs up. You know, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And share it. You know, there's a message that needs to get out there. You know, whatever I went through, you know, I'm gonna be able to take that and turn it into something positive. And if you got value out of it, every single day I wake up and ask myself, what value can I give this world today? What value can I give you today? You know, and then we can take that value and you can share that value because others may want to hear or need to hear this to not give up and to make the decision once again. In case you haven't noticed, I've been talking a lot about making decisions and choices. Every decision and every choice that we make alters our reality. You know, if we keep on making the same decisions and the same choices, then nothing changes. Again, like Einstein, you know, definition of insanity, making the same choices over and over and over, expecting a different result. If you're still getting the same results because you're not doing anything different. And I want you to do things different. You know, look inside of your heart, look inside of your spirit. Ask yourself, you know, could I be doing more? Should I be doing more? Can I achieve more? Can I see more? Am I doing what my life purpose? Is this what I'm doing in my life making me happy? Do I feel fulfilled? And the thing is, if we don't, then we make the choice and we make the decision to try different things, you know, to become the best version of who we are and the best version of yourself because you owe it to yourself. So once again, subscribe, give a like, give a share, be awesome because you are awesome. Believe in yourself because you're worth believing in, and God bless.